Hello folks, I'm Jim from Carolina Outdoor Magazine TV. We're out here today fishing for some smallmouth and walleye, and the technique we're using is that we are tight lining at slow speed using an autopilot or an iPilot trolling motor, and we're targeting points and areas like that and drop-offs where the smallmouth and the bass are holding up and staging. Like always, if you don't find the bait, you're probably not going to be on fish, so just keep that in mind. This is basically what this is more or less just a refined Carolina rig that we use for pulling over these areas where these smallmouth and walleye are. So what we have here is we come down to an ounce. It really depends on how fast you're going to be moving too. What I have right now is 3/4 ounce weight on here is what I have. We come down and we put our sinker on here like so. Okay, that's our 3/4 ounce barrel sinker, and then we tie on a swivel. Now I'm only using in this water because this water up here at Lake James tends to be very clear. So I'm only using 8-pound test line. Then I come down to 2.5 feet of monofilament, 8-pound test line, and I'm using a number 6 circle hook. Now this is an Octopus hook, and as you can see, it's pretty straight on and straightforward. I want to show you a trick to make that a little bit more effective. Now this here is really just a straight Octopus circle hook, and as you can see, if the camera can see it, it doesn't have very much of a bend. It's more or less just comes right straight out. Now this is a very good hook just the way it is, but I like to do something just a little bit different with my circle hooks that don't have that curl to it. And all I'll do is I'll take my pliers and I'll just bend that hook just a little bit, and that will put a curl on that hook. If you can see that, it just puts a little curl on it. And what that's going to do is when the fish grabs this hook, if you didn't do that, it could just slide out between them jaws and him not get stuck. But with this curl on here, I can't pull that out of between my fingers without it hooking on to my fingers right there. So that's just a little quick tip for you to learn there, that if you use circle hooks. I like circle hooks for a lot of different circumstances when I'm fishing, just because you don't have to set the hook, and a lot of times what a circle hook is designed to do is it's designed to set the hook for you. You don't want to be jerking on your rod and setting the hook with a circle hook. It was a hard thing for me to learn when I started fishing, and what ended up happening was I was losing a lot of fish. Catfish, whatever I was fishing for that I used the circle hook for, because I was pulling it right out of their mouth. All you want to do is let that rod load up and just pick the rod up and start reeling. There are just some tips you can use, and this is just one type of system that we use when we're fishing like we are. Like I said, we are slow trolling, tight lining over the side of the boat. Our rods are just hanging over the side of the boat just like this. The lines, they're not extending out beyond the boat or anything, they're just straight below the boat. So when I'm watching my depth finder, and if I'm seeing fish on there, I know that I can see my bait and how high and up and down I need to have my bait to give it a good presentation right in where the fish are, right in the strike zone. So that's something for you to remember. Okay, now another rig that I like to use when I'm out here, and then this is if I'm going to be out here and I'm going to be actually trolling, doing some slow motion trolling for walleyes and for smallmouth, white perch, something like that. Basically walleyes and smallmouth. And I have what I call a bottom bouncer rig. And basically what it is your line comes down, it comes down to a 3-way swivel. You tie one end of your line from your rod, your swivel wants to look just like that. You tie one end right here onto your rod. You add on, it really depends, I've got about 3 foot of monofilament here, 8-pound test monofilament. Once again, my number 6 circle hook. I'll put my bait on there. Night crawlers, depends on the fish you're targeting. Walleyes like night crawlers. They like shiners. They also like different kinds of flashy crankbaits and things like that. But this is more of a live bait presentation. Now on the other side of my three-way swivel, I come down with another piece of monofilament about 2 foot long, and on the end I have a bell sinker on there. And that bell sinker right there is about 3/4 of an ounce. And what that's going to do is that sinker, I don't know if you can see this all or not, that sinker is going to be straight down when you're drifting. It's going to be straight down, bouncing off the bottom. But your minnow, your shiner, is going to be out here on this line, and this is going to allow him to swim around your line out there about 2 feet, 3 feet off the bottom. It really just depends on how long this down drop line is. This system works really, really good certain times of the year on Lake James and a lot of lakes across the country. If you want to use a trolling presentation, a real slow trolling presentation, and just drag your baits along and introduce them in the strike zone using a trolling method. So there's a couple of good techniques that we use all the time. They work well for us. I hope you try them out, and I'm sure they're going to work well for you. And like always, if you like what you're seeing here, and if you want to keep up with us at Carolina Outdoor Magazine TV, please just subscribe and hit the subscribe button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And every time we upload a YouTube video or a how-to instructional video, you'll be sure to get it. So thank you for watching. And if you would like to contact us with a tip or something you might like to see on our programs, just go ahead and you can reach us at carolinamagazine@gmail.com, or you can go ahead and just private message us here at YouTube. Thanks a lot for watching.